Greetings everyone, Don Singletary on the Day Trading Micro Futures channel, and today I'm really excited about the video and I want to thank some viewers for their feedback who helped me put this together. How to turn beginners into winners. Well, I've got several playlists here that introduce you to some of the technicalities of trading it, and there's a link for those below this video. But today, I want to talk about one of the most important things. How can you keep from wasting your money and wasting your time? I've told you before that 90% of day traders won't last a year. Well, it's the mission of sorts of this channel to try to not let you be one of those 90%, because it isn't for everyone, and it takes a special kind of temperament and patience and discipline to be able to do it. And today, I'm going to give you some tools to help you do that, because I'm going to show you some trades over a period of time, and then I'm going to do an analysis of your reward-risk ratio and give you some insight as to how you can keep a ledger of your trades, and you can keep learning from that, and also, more importantly, keep from losing your money, and you'll be able to track your progress as you go forward. Now, one of the things I do here on the Day Trading Micro Futures channel is I keep the setup on the trades exactly the same. If you're a beginner and every time you tune into the channel for another video, there's a different instrument and different charts and different terms, it's extremely confusing for beginners and futures traders. So I keep it all the same and uniform. Now, I'm using the NASDAQ100 Micro Emini at $2 per point. Everything's the same for all four of the micros, so it doesn't matter which one I use. I happen to pick the NASDAQ100 because it only is $2 a point, therefore a lower risk value and lower risk. I use the candlestick 5-minute increments and the MACD trade signal indicator. And there are two things with the MACD, the buy signal and the sell signal. Here on this chart, we have a sell signal. I know a sell signal because it's defined as when both the red and green lines are below the zero line on the MACD in the lower pane. And not only are they both below the zero line, but the green line below the red line. That is a sell signal. Conversely, if both the lines are above the zero on the MACD and the green line is over the red line, that is a buy signal. Now really, how hard is that? The lines are over the zero line or below, and the green line is over the red line, or the green line's below the red line. This isn't rocket science.
Please subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next video. Thank you.
Okay, as promised, I'm going to go through 6 trades in a period of midnight to 4 p.m., and we're using the NASDAQ100. I'm going to be looking for the sell signal we discussed with the green line below the red line, and both of those lines are below the zero line on the MACD. And we get a sell signal right here, our first sell signal for the period at 92.61. Now what happens right away is that two lines start to converge, and that means I should get out of the trade. I'm losing momentum, so I get out at 92.75. I lost 14 points in NASDAQ 100. That's minus $28. Not a great start, but less than 15 or 20 minutes later, I get another sell signal here. This time we're selling at 92.48, and it works out a lot better. The market continues on for a couple of hours, and we get a cover signal, or actually a buy signal here, and that's going to be at a price of 91.49. So that's 99 points, $2 a piece. We're up $198 on that one. And you should notice that buy signal was at 4:40 a.m. Eastern Time. Now we go from 4:40 all the way to just after 7 a.m. in the morning. It's quite a long time to wait, but we do eventually get a buy signal at about 7:05 at a price of 91.96. You can see the convergence of the red and green lines there means we should get out of this trade, and it's just about even money. We lost $4 on that one, as you can see there. And then we go to around 9 o'clock in the morning, and we get another sell signal this time, just a short while before the main day session opens at 9:30. So we get this sell at 91.65, and we follow it down, and we see that green line hit a valley there and move up as though it's going to converge with the red line in there. And after we see that beginning to take place, we cover the sale there and make $104 on that one. Now at about 10:35 in the morning, 10:35 to 10:40, we get a sell signal at 91.23. Immediately, the lines look as though they're going to converge, so I pop right out of that trade. Why? To preserve my capital. And this time, I took a hit of $54. Not happy about that, but it happens, and that's just part of trading. Next, we get a sell signal, 11:55 in the morning at 91.04. And this time, we do a little bit better. We get down to 9081 for a 23-point profit of $46. And now the last and sixth trade of this session, we're going at 2:45 p.m. We get a buy signal, as you can see there, at 91.35. And now we see up here the green line peaks, and it's headed toward convergence with the red line, so we must exit the trade to preserve the capital. This time we make 30 points, or about $60 on that one. And now we're at the end of the day session, which is 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I don't think anybody's really going to sit there for 16 hours, but I just wanted to show you, using the system we've got with the MACD and the buy and sells generating, I wanted to show you the kind of results that we're likely to get. As you see here, we got 50% winners, 3 winners and 3 losses, net profit $218. And our average loss, our total loss is $86. Average loss of the 3 losing trades, $29.60. And the average win out of the 3 trades that total $304, the average win is $101.33. The risk-reward ratio is pretty good, actually. Almost 3.5 to 1. And by the way, anything over 2 to 1 on the reward risk ratio, you're doing pretty well. So I would say our system worked just fine during this 16-hour period that we took here. Now, the point of all this is, if you keep a trade journal and you keep tabs on what your trades go and make little notes about what you were thinking, you not only will be able to evaluate your trades by getting the average loss and the average wins and the percentage of winners, and by keeping tabulation on these things, and it's really simple math to do so, it's like a ledger, you can find out if you're making progress, if you're going forward or backwards, or if you're doing something right, or you have to look for a problem, or if you're letting your losses run too long and taking profits too quickly. All kinds of information can be revealed to you, but you have to keep a trade journal in order to be able to take full advantage of it. And you will learn, I promise you, 10 times faster if you will do this. There's a whole chapter in my book that discusses how to keep these stats on your trading and how to develop your win rate and your reward risk ratio. Those are the 2 most important figures, because as you'll learn, they're going to have to match. Another thing I talk about, and I have a chapter devoted to, is how to practice trade. And I talk about a strong suggestion I make for beginners in order to gain confidence and skill with the software and get used to their broker and everything, to do at least, to trade, practice trade, until you have at least 25 successful practice trades in a row. Now, what does that mean? 25 successful practice trades in a row. Most people think that a successful trade is one where you make money, and an unsuccessful trade is when you have a loss. But my definition is quite different, because it's more adjusted to reality. You have to really do 2 things to maximize your profits. You have to keep your losses small. So in the 25 successful trades, it can be a loss, but the critique on whether it's a good trade or not, or successful or not, is whether you control those losses and didn't let them get out of hand. If so, then even a losing trade is one what I would call successful. It's naive to think that you're not going to have losing trades. Everybody does. In fact, you probably are going to lose close to half of the trades that you make. And the key is keeping the losses small and letting your profits run when you can. And that's why we train to use the MACD indicator to help you not only determine an entry point into the trade, but just as importantly, sometimes more importantly, to be able to tell exactly when you should exit that trade and keep your losses small. One more thing before I leave this chart, which is in the book, by the way, a win rate. You should shoot for a win rate of about 50% and a little higher if you can. It's not unusual to lose 50% of your trades, and you can still make money. You can see on the chart here in the blue rectangle, if you have a reward risk ratio of 2 to 1, you only have to make 1 out of 3 trades profitable, 33 1/3%. To be successful at this, and you can make good returns with those numbers. Normally, win rate around 50%, reward risk ratio at least 2 to 1 if you can. And remember, that's an average. On some trades, you're going to lose more or win more than others. So on the average, that's why you got to keep that trade journal so you can keep those figures on the reward risk ratio somewhere between 2 to 1 and 3 to 1 would be ideal. Well, we've covered a lot in the video today. We've used MACD signals for entry and exits. We've mapped a 16-hour time frame and studied 6 of the trades that we made there, half of them winners, half of them losers. And we've shown how to use your trade journal to track the progress, and just as importantly, how to make the necessary adjustments you might need. If you want to see more videos like this one, hit the like button, because when you hit the like, it says to me, yeah, I would like to see more videos like this one, and it really helps me. Also, you can leave a comment below also. Those 2 playlists that we're talking about, one is for absolute beginners. It's a playlist for beginners. Look for the beginners link below. The other one is more details on how to use the MACD indicator, and that playlist is marked below as MACD winners, MACD winners. And of course, the book link below takes you to the Amazon listing so you can read more about the book and make a purchase if you care to. I would appreciate that. Remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the new videos, which come out usually at least once a week. And check out the book on Amazon. This is Don Singletary. I hope every day is a payday for you. Thank you.